All right. I had a conversation with a retired NRI, non-resident Indian, um, you know, via Google, and the person has watched a lot of my videos, has been, looking at my channel here and there, and the person also has been a well-wisher, sometimes donating, which I really appreciate. So. I was pleasantly surprised when, after making the donation to my channel, he said, "If it is okay, I just want to say hi to you for a few minutes. If you're okay, otherwise, I totally understand." So, because the person had supported me quite a lot, I said, "Fine, I would love to just have a few minutes." The person, bald and glasses, and you could make out father time. And we were discussing about life in Dubai, okay, Dubai or UAE specifically. And he just took me through his entire journey, how he came to Dubai in the 70s, late 70s, when Dubai was nothing, and how he succeeded and grew. And then he shared with me his ups and downs. He started a business, a trading company, a shop, a cafeteria, and how he lost money in all of those ventures. And then, how marriage and then having children. And it was really worth listening to him for hours and hours. So what started off as few minutes, I was just totally enamored with his story, because here is a person who is much more elder to me, okay? And sharing with me his wealth of wisdom. So after all that, he runs, now he's retired, but he runs a successful business. He is very well-to-do, very wealthy. So I just asked him his opinion on certain things. And one of the most common ones I asked him is, what do you think is the biggest drawback of being in Dubai? The biggest. So he said, you have put it so beautifully. He told me, you have put it so beautifully. It's like going to a bar or going to a pub or going to this nightclub, and there you see a girl who will entertain you for money. Okay, she's sitting there, beautifully decked up, lipstick, sexy clothes, and it's obvious she's there for money. So if you buy her a drink and you pay some money for her time, she will make you feel like a king. He's saying that is exactly how Dubai is. If you have the money, if you can provide value, if you're, even if you're young, wow, she will really romance with you. She will really give you a great time. And then this conversation, this night goes on, and then you might want to dance, then you might want to, try something funny with each other. You might want to, enjoy your conversations or get physical, whatever. But at every step of the way, nothing is for free. You have to buy her drinks. You have to buy, maybe for her friends, you have to buy drinks. You have to maybe buy a selection of food which is overpriced. Maybe you'll have to buy maybe a nice main course. You just have a great time together. And then obviously you want to dance together, and she'll oblige. And then after everything is, you think, okay, do I want to take her home just for the night, or do I just want to end it here, or do I want 1 hour and bye-bye? So you decide. And whatever you decide, whether you decide I'm going to say bye to her here, or I'm going to take her home for 1 hour, like they say, one shot, or I will make her stay with me for the full night. Okay? So whatever it is, you'll have to decide on the rates. And the more time you want with her, the more money you have to spend. Okay. So after you take her home, you had a good time. You agreed on the price. You paid her the money. And next morning when you wake up, she is gone. Okay. So next day, you can decide whether you want to go to the same nightclub, whether you want to go to a different nightclub, whether you don't want to go at all. Fine, whatever. Whatever the case is, okay, if you do decide to go to that same nightclub or new nightclub, once again the same story repeats itself. Okay. Now the thing about Dubai is, a small modification in the story is, you have to go to the nightclub. You can't take a break. You have to go. And you have to spend money. And what do I mean by that? You have to pay water, electricity, you have to pay rent, you have to pay for the visa, you have to pay for school fees, you have to pay for, car cost, you have to pay for petrol, you have to pay for salik. There is not a single day where you can't say, I'm not going to pay, or I'm not going to pay. You have to pay. Whether you stay in the house or you don't stay in the house, you have to pay rent, correct? Okay. Vehicle can be one place, but then if you keep it too long, then you have to pay for damages, the engine is not used. Okay. So Dubai is where you don't have an option not to pay, you have to pay. Okay. So that is where it comes to the next equation is every day in Dubai, you're given an opportunity to earn money, make money, it goes up. And then the expenses brings it down. So you push, money is coming up, expenses brings the money down. Your month end, you're pushing your money up, and then expenses pushes money down. So it's a constant up and down. Okay, my money is going up, oh, now it's coming down. Money is going up, oh, coming down. And obviously you have insurance, you have savings, old age, children's future, health and hospital, and so there's up, down, up, down, up, down. But you can do this only until you have a job, or you can do it only until there is value or demand for your service. If I don't know if you heard of this term, heuristic treadmill. Before you are happy with bed space, maybe it was 500 dirham, bed space, just to sleep. Water, electricity was included in that. And you would travel maybe by sharing or taxi, which is maybe, say, 300 a month. I'm just giving a round figure. But once you started to earn more, why bed space? I will take a small sharing apartment room, privacy. And then after that, you'll be like, oh, I can take one studio apartment. Then slowly go one bedroom. Then you get married. Okay, now we'll have one bedroom, one for the child, one for us. Then maybe if you earn more, 2 bedroom. So expenses go up. And then from having a taxi or going this thing, you say, no, I can't take taxi, it's too hot. You buy a second-hand car, then you buy a Toyota, then you buy a brand new Toyota, then you buy Toyota with options, then you buy a maybe Pajero. Okay. So the heuristic treadmill. Okay. And as you get more money, before you had a broken phone with a broken screen, second-hand Chinese, and then slowly you can afford a second-hand Apple, and slowly you can afford a brand new Apple. So purchasing power goes up. But then when you reach a certain level, money is here, expenses is nearly here. But then if you lose your job and your money revenue comes down, your expense can't remain up here. Expense also has to come down. So you have to forfeit. I'm not going to stay in Jumeirah. I'll stay in maybe Karama. Or not in Dubai. I'll stay in Sharjah. Then instead of 3 bedroom, I'll take 1 bedroom. Comes down. But then one day, this revenue, you lose your job. There's no more demand. Nobody wants to employ you. Then what do you do? There will come a day where you will not be paid the salary you think you deserve or you want. Maybe you started your career as 1,000 and it went up to $20,000, $30,000. But now there's no more demand for what you offer. At least not at 30,000. Then people will say, there are jobs, not that there are no jobs, but I can't offer you 30, man. I can offer you maybe 20. So maybe 20 also he'll say yes. But then he'll think, 20 I can get people younger than you. You see, people want someone who's young because they don't want to invest time, effort and money on someone who's old. Your age will work against you. And then when you have young people who know more than you, who are more talented, more smarter, and they're ready to work for cheap, you think, instead of this one guy I pay 30, I can get maybe 10 guys who I can pay, 3. Example, 10 guys, 3. Or I get 5 guys who I pay 6. You can't work more than 6 people. Not possible, right? You'll say experience all them. Baba, it sounds nice. But remember, the technology of 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago is outdated today. And then there will be a day where nobody will want to give you a job. Nobody will want to employ you. Nobody will even entertain you. And then your revenue is down. It is going down, and now you are on emergency savings. But your expenses here. So if you bring your expenses down, but your savings will keep going down slowly, because nothing is coming in, right? So then you panic. Oh, what do I do? I'll get a gold visa. Okay. Okay, got the visa, but rent I have to pay. Water, electricity I have to pay. Car, if I drive, I can't drive a cheap car. I have to drive a car because status symbol. I have to go meet people. I have to pay Salik. Oh, medicines, supplements I need. Oh, I'm diabetic, blood pressure. Oh, my health is not up to the mark. Oh, my son and daughter have to go to school and college. I have to send them. Oh, my wife needs some money. Oh, my other relatives are old. Money is required, right? Money has to come in, right? So you're living on your savings, and then your demand is going down, 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 down. Expenses, same. Savings. And that is where this man told me, and Lloyd, that is where you have to ask yourself, am I going to pay this premium to live in Dubai? For what? Dubai is a young man's game. Okay, shopping malls, girls, nightclubs, expensive restaurants, and Instagrammable moments, and hotels and conferences. But if I'm not making any money, then why am I spending on all this? And now maybe you want to sit quietly. Maybe you just want to be with your family. But are you going to pay that rent which was so many times more? You can maybe stay for 20% back home or some in cheap countries. And that is where you're lucky if you have a son and daughter, or son or 2 children who will say, Dad, don't worry, we will work and take care of you. Which will be a miracle, which I doubt will happen. So then the only saving grace you have is your savings. Only saving grace. And that's all you have. Savings, or if you have a retirement fund, or if you have pension, that is coming. And that is what will make or break you. And unfortunately or fortunately today, that retirement age, or that age where your demand starts decreasing in Dubai or in the Middle East, starts, I think, from 50, it's game over. From 50, you're just holding on to the last straw. Actually, from 40, you have to really decide where you are. 40 is the end game, more or less. Because after 40, to make changes, maybe you can make 1 or 2 max. Because after, say, 45, you're nearing 50. You better get the highest paying job. Otherwise, what's the point? Or if you stagnate, then you'll stagnate for the rest of your life. Because if you stay in a job, in the Middle East especially, and you do not change for more than, say, 6 years, just 3 years renewal, very hard to adjust to a new place. That is why short contracts or medium contracts, but every time the contract has to grow, you have to, because inflation is hitting every year. Everything is growing expensive. If your salary remains the same, your purchasing power is coming down, man. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. So, as I spoke to this guy, he just told me, Eloy, in the end, I don't have any complaints, no regrets. I enjoyed my life in Dubai. I came at the right time in Dubai when the boom was there. I made plenty of mistakes. Thankfully, I didn't lose too much. Yes, it was very painful to lose all that I saved and all that I made. But today I can retire. And he told me, now I'm staying in the most simplest part of India. The simplest part. I've made sure my funds are nicely kept so that I don't get unwanted tax. And he said, I brought my expenses down to, more less. If it was 100, he said, I brought it down to 30. And I'm living very simple. I just go to the market, buy groceries, come back home, cook. Quiet. Him and his wife, simple. Yes, he does have some health complications. And thankfully, his children have settled down. So, they're no more a financial burden. So I asked him one final thing. What do you think is the situation in UAE right now? He said it's too fast, too furious, it's crazy. He's saying Dubai is not what it used to be. It's too fast, too furious. He's saying you can make big money and you'll spend all the money, and if you don't save anything, what's the point? So, and he said Dubai is a young man's game. Get out before you reach 40s. But if you're going to be there at 40s, make sure you and your wife both very good jobs on big money. Then it is worth it. But if you're not earning big money and saving equally the same, then you better rethink your priorities. I know one guy, he is Malayali and he has a foreigner wife and he is a CEO, wife is a CEO. They earn a solid amount of money. I mean, they can work 10 years and if they don't need to work for 5 generations, that much they earn. So if you're lucky like that, fine. If not, boss, better rethink your priorities. Anyway, this was a conversation I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts. He is a wise, wonderful, worthwhile person. I really enjoyed my conversation with him. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is me signing off. You guys, take care. Ciao.